Folks, welcome to another edition of my video blog. Today I'd like to take some time to talk about the serious nature of domestic violence charges in the state of Maine and the impact potentially on your future. The question I get oftentimes is, Bill, why are domestic violence charges more serious with more severe penalties than the equivalent crime of violence charge? For example, a normal assault charge carries with it a mandatory minimum $300 fine. There is no mandatory jail, and generally if it's just a fight and we're not talking about serious injuries, that conviction may not carry any jail at all, and certainly not probation for someone with a first offense assault conviction. However, if you're convicted of domestic violence assault in the state of Maine, you're facing 2 years of probation and either a fully suspended or partially suspended sentence. What that means is perhaps you pushed your wife or you slapped her, whatever it may be, something short of serious injury. Maybe you punched her but didn't really injure her. Whatever it might be, you might be looking at 6 to 12 months of actual jail time, and all of that jail time may be suspended or part of that jail time. So if you're sentenced to 12 months, all but 30 days suspended, that means you are going to the county jail for 30 days, and the 11 months that remains will hang over your head. And if you don't successfully complete probation or you violate the terms of your probation, then you could end up spending a portion of or all of the remaining 11 months back in jail. So a conviction for domestic violence assault is even worse, much worse than a conviction for an assault. Now, of course, no one wants a conviction on their record if they're smart. But the worst case scenario is a conviction for domestic violence assault or domestic violence terrorizing, domestic violence criminal threatening, whatever it may be. Now, how can that impact your future? I'm going to give you one example, and it's something people aren't actually aware of. There are a lot of countries, Canada is one of them, that consider crimes of violence, like domestic violence, to be an excludable offense. What that means is if you were convicted of domestic violence assault, then you may be barred from ever entering Canada until you've been declared as rehabilitated. Whether or not the right amount of time passes for rehabilitation or you have to jump through additional hoops, you would need to speak with Immigration Counsel for Canada about that. But that is just one example. Of course, domestic violence charge convictions can ruin your life in other ways. It can destroy your opportunity for promotion. It can destroy, most importantly, your marriage or your relationship with your children or your girlfriend. It has a lot of impact. You would have to also complete a certified batterers intervention program. That is a 48-week course. It's very difficult to complete for many people. It's once a week, and many men actually feel that it's an actual abusive course where they're forced to admit to things that they may not feel are true. And again, you don't want to end up with a conviction. It just has so many far-reaching consequences and impacts that you may not be aware of. So again, the reason why domestic violence is taken so seriously in the state is because it is the #1 contributor to murder in the state of Maine. Unlike other states that might be drug-fueled or alcohol-fueled, in Maine, instead, it is fueled by domestic violence. So if you've been arrested for domestic violence, before you even think about pleading guilty, pick up the phone, call my office. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.